you want to make a difference in your community? Do you want to feel good about yourself? I can tell you how. My name is Wendy. I'm the business manager here at the Marshalltown YMCA YWCA. Volunteering is a great opportunity for you not to only give back, but also feel good about yourself. Here at the Y, we have many opportunities for you to work with children, adults, and a fitness center, aquatics, anything it fits your passion. We would love to have you, and we find the opportunity that best meets your needs. You can look at opportunities in our website, www.ymca-ywca.org. You can give us a call at 752-8658, or you can follow us on Facebook for opportunities. Right now, we need you, if you're interested with working with adults with Parkinson's, our Rocksteady Boxing needs some help. We also have our aquatics department needing some help for our upcoming meet in March. So there's some great opportunities there. So please, again, visit our website at www.ymca-ywca.org for more information.
Hi, welcome to the Marshalltown Public Library. Well, winter is here, and I do want to remind you that the library is open virtually 24 hours a day, so maybe you're stuck at home on a snow day or a day with below wind chill, freezing temperatures, but remember, with your library card and your PIN number, and if you don't know your PIN number, we can make sure you get it, but you can explore all kinds of wonderful options at home. And please, please, please call the library on a bad weather day and check and speak to somebody on my team. We don't want you to come out in bad weather and then the library's not open or is closed late closed early due to the weather. Like I said, we have some great events coming up in the future, but I just want to let you know on March 28th, we have Kathy Wilson coming back. Kathy Wilson is a great favorite here at the library. Maybe you've seen her Downton Abbey programs. And of course, it's been the 100th anniversary of women getting the right to vote. Her program is The Vote is Your Emblem of Your Equality, and that's Saturday, March 28th at 2 p.m. So it's not till March, but we're just very excited to have Kathy back. She's a great historian, and she has quite a following. So I want to let you know about that. And then in April, we've got also Lori Vicker coming, Remembering the Orphans, April 18th at 2 p.m. A lot of people are very interested in the orphan train movement. This is where kids were taken from big cities. You know, there's some really interesting background about that, and then placed with families across the Midwest and going out further west. So really interesting program, and that'll be in April. We'll talk again about these programs. And then also in April, Mr. Lincoln, a performance by Kevin Wood. Centers on the 12 turbulent years from 1854 to 1865. A really great living history reenactment. So that's Saturday, April 25th. But again, we'll talk about these programs in the future, but we are very excited. We are working on our planning for our Holocaust program that will be coming probably about May 12th. We will open it up. It'll actually be in this area of the library. We're hoping that we have great numbers of people come to see it. If you're interested in a special tour or you want information, please call me. We're going to have some fabulous speakers, including an HBO documentarian, and we're going to show the documentary at the Orpheum. It will be free admission, and he will also speak here, kind of a keynote kickoff. So we are working on that feverishly, doing all the planning, and soon we'll be rolling out the publicity with all the dates. And of course, we have great new books at the library. So I know many of you are Instant Pot cookers. I have one. I've cooked in it a couple times. I obviously need some work on that. But Mediterranean Instant Pot. For those of you Jeep lovers, Jeep, the history of the America's greatest vehicle, and of course, you know, it started out as an Army vehicle and then adapted for the home market. For those of you who are interested in making your own soap, Melt and Pour soaps, and so really some great pictures and design ideas. Of course, cooking, we always have more cookbooks, and Betty Crocker is still publishing cookbooks, cookies, irresistible, easy recipes for any occasions. These look really scrumptious. craft books are incredibly popular, and first-time felting. So felting is, if you've seen felted items, I'm just fascinated by them. I am not a crafty person, but I do love to read craft books. So first-time felting. And then I just want to remind you about our great ongoing book sale. Again, like our big book sale, all the funds raised support the library, but we have right now an amazing collection of Civil War books. So I know we have several Civil War buffs in the community. This is a first edition Jeff Shara's Blaze of Glory, and also Jeff Shara's The Last Full Measure. He is a very well-regarded Civil War author, including Gods and Generals, which is one of his most famous books, and The Killer Angels. So these are both first editions. These are great gifts for your Civil War buff. I just had somebody buy some books for their grandson, and she said he was thrilled. So we have lots of great things. We've got some Sherlock Holmes books here right now. I know there's a Sherlock Holmes group in the community. And I just want to let you know that we've got lots of good things going on here at the library. If you have any questions, suggestions, please don't hesitate to contact me. And I look forward to seeing you here at the library. Thank you.
Hi, welcome to the Marshalltown Area Chamber of Commerce. I'm Tourism Director Andrew Potter.
Carrie Morris, Director of Memberships.
Hi, today we're going to talk about a little bit of upcoming events coming on in the Chamber and also upcoming events in the community. And if you want to be involved in receiving emails, I send out a weekly email every Monday morning called This Week in Marshalltown, which spotlights all the community events coming up. So feel free to email me at apotter@marshalltown.org to get signed up for the newsletter so you can be in tune with what upcoming events are coming up in Marshalltown. And now Carrie has a few things that she wants to spotlight that are coming up for the Chamber.
So we have some Chamber events coming up. This Friday is a legislative forum in which folks can come to the Fisher Community Center, and Senator Jeff Edler, Representative Mark Smith, and Representative Dean Fisher will be on hand to answer any questions you may have. It's free. You can bring your own lunch. It's at noon, again, at the Fisher Community Center. And then on April 2nd, we will be having an Iowa Valley Trivia Night. Up to 20 teams can participate, and you can bring your own snacks and non-alcoholic beverages. Proceeds go to the IVL's class project beautification of the Susie Sauer House. Doors open at 6, but it starts at 6:30, so get a team together, and cost is $150 per team. Also wanted to talk about the Women in Business Luncheon, which is happening Thursday, March 26th. It's at the Iowa Valley Continuing Education Center. Speaker Miriam Erickson Brown, who's the CEO of Anderson Erickson Dairy, will be speaking. And so Miriam is the president and CEO of Anderson Erickson Dairy, a third-generation family-owned dairy business in Des Moines. She's going to be talking about her life and business. Cost of the luncheon is $35 per person. Doors open at 11:30. To RSVP, you can go on our website, marshalltown.org.
Or call the Chamber office at 753-6645. We're here for any questions you have about the community, and like to see you by a Fisher Community Center. We have different art exhibits here if you want to stop by a Fisher Community Center and come see us.
Hi, my name is Pat Thompson. I'm public health nurse for Marshall County, and I'm here today with Shannon Shima, and Shannon is with SATUSI, and SATUSI stands for Substance Abuse
Treatment Unit of Central Iowa.
So it's a long one, so we cut it down to SATUSI, but we know what it means, don't we?
Yes, we do.
And how long has SATUSI been in the area? Do you know? That's kind of an unfair question. Sorry.
No, actually, it has. We're going to have our 40th anniversary in September. And we're planning a celebration of some sort, so be listening for that. So SATUSI is your local substance abuse treatment center. I am actually a prevention specialist, and what prevention specialists do are we educate people on alcohol and drugs, problem gambling, and other things. And we go into the schools a lot, but we also do workplace trainings and work with adults. And then the treatment side are our counselors, and then they see people who need treatment from those different substances.
So, and we appreciate having you here in town, having someone local.
Thank you. We are in, we actually share a parking lot with McFarland Clinic. So if you don't know where we are, and we're in the same building as Center Associates.
Okay. Now, are you just Marshall County, or do you have other counties?
Our main office is in Marshall County, and we serve 4 counties. So we serve Marshall, Hardin, Poweshiek, and Tama. And we have an office in Tama that's open 2 days a week on Thursday and Friday. Our Eldora office is open on Thursday and Friday, and Grinnell is, our Poweshiek office is open Monday and Wednesday.
Okay, so you're busy all the time?
We're busy all the time.
Yes. Now, do you still, I'm going to ask, here's an aside, I guess, do you still do the education for people who have need court-ordered education for substance abuse classes?
For adults,
yes.
We do DUI classes, or OWI as some people call them. People who get a driving under the influence, we do those once a month. It's the first weekend, typically it's the first weekend of the month, so next weekend we will have a DUI class. That is court-ordered. It's a 12-hour class. We meet Friday night and then all day on Saturday.
And you know, it serves a need, and it's for education.
It is.
It's not punitive as such. It may sound like it is, but you know, it's for the growth of the person.
And those classes need to be met in order for people to get their license back. I have had a couple of people come in that were not trying to get their license back. They just came for the education part. Doesn't happen a lot, but that does happen. We see a lot of people from Hardin County. To my knowledge, Poweshiek County doesn't have any place that offers DUI classes, so we see them from all 4 of our counties, and then Marshall, of course, too.
Well, good. It's a good service, and it's needed, and
yep, it's a good
helps take care
service,
of all of us.
Yep.
Yep. So, you know, we've been talking a little bit about March and March Madness that's coming up, and that leads people to think of betting, you know, on games, or thinking about betting if it's not your style, right?
Yep.
And so that's one reason why we're meeting today, isn't it?
Yes, we do now. This is new to Satusi. It started July 1st. And we now offer gambling services. And we offer them on the treatment side. So if people need treatment for gambling, that's not often court ordered, or they don't need to take those to get something like your license back. So we don't have a lot of those, but we do have those, and all that you would need to do would be to call Satusi, or we have open evaluation days, so it's going on right now Tuesday afternoon and then Thursday morning. So anybody that needs an eval for anything, for alcohol, for gambling, for opioids, they can come on Tuesdays in the afternoon and Thursday mornings, and then you fill out the paperwork. It's good to get there a good half hour early so you can fill out the paperwork, and then they'll assign you a counselor. If you have a counselor that you like and that you want to see and you're familiar with, after you have your evaluation, you can say, I want to see this person, if you would like.
So it's a free evaluation?
No. So it depends.
Okay.
It's a sliding scale.
Okay.
Sliding scale, and so it would depend on, yeah, I'm not really up on that.
Okay, but that's an opportunity also.
That is an opportunity.
Help take good care of yourself.
So that would be for gambling, for anything. And it's not always people that are court ordered. Sometimes people have a family member that they think have a problem, and so they will come in there with them. You can see teenagers also, but we would need a parent to sign off on that one.
Okay, so it's a good service also, isn't
Yes.
it?
Yes.
So we have, we've been talking about all the services
Yes.
here, and should we
talk about gambling for
yes.
a little bit? Okay, so gambling is, as far as I said, treatment. We don't have a lot of people come in for treatment. I'm in prevention, and gambling prevention is like all other prevention, is how to say no, how to be assertive, not confrontational, and just some signs that somebody might have a problem with problem gambling. We have a great site for, as far as prevention goes, we work through with the Department of Public Health, and all our grants are through Iowa Department of Public Health, and they have a wonderful website that's called yourlifeiowa.org. If you get on that, yourlifeiowa.org, they have everything. So you go to the web page, and up on the top they'll have gambling, alcohol, opioids, you know, whatever a person may need. They have all sorts of tools. There's a lot of tools. And if you think about betting, though, in the past and gambling, you probably have heard of 1-800-BETS-OFF. So that's on there too. That is still a service that people can go to. You can call it. You can visit their website, which is 1-800-BETS-OFF.org. You can also find it on the Your Life Iowa website. Some of the things on there, so I did a little quiz on there to see what would come up for people with a gambling problem. There's only 3 questions, and they're yes and no. During the past 12 months, have you become restless, irritable, or anxious when trying to stop or cut down on gambling? The second question is, during the past 12 months, have you tried to keep your family or friends from knowing how much you gambled? And the third one is, during the past 12 months, did you have financial trouble as a result of your gambling that you had to get help with living expenses from friends or family? And then if you put those in, you have to click the I am not a robot, like on everything else. And then it will take you to 1-800-BETS-OFF. They also have like a little live chat box, and then they have a call or a text. Sometimes people like to be, the young people like to be texted, I think, when I work with them. And then it will help you, you know, go to different services. So that's one thing. You can take a self-assessment and then find help near you, is what it says on there. So then they would probably have Satusi on there. The other thing is, people might want to know, you know, how do I know if I have a problem? How do I know if somebody I love has a problem? Some of the signs are if they're preoccupied with gambling, increasing the betting amounts to get people get a high off of, you know, winning or betting, jeopardizing or losing jobs or relationships if people are secretive about it. They're trying to control it. So I'm only going to take $100 to the casino with me. And we talked about the ATMs. It's really easy to get money out on your credit card or something like that. And so if you would have to go for that. Restless or irritable when not gambling, lying to family members, chasing losses with more gambling, and of course committing a crime to finance gambling, and relying on others for bailout or from gambling losses. So those are some of the signs. We have legalized sports betting now in Iowa, so that we don't have any statistics or anything on that, but on here it says 85% of the people that gamble can, for instance, take $25 and they can go and gamble their $25, and when it's gone they go home. That's about 85% of the population can do that.
Which is good.
Yeah, which is very good. So then you've got your 15 that have problems. The other thing that you can do, you can come to Satusi, or you can go to the casino, or the casinos around us, you know, if there's more than one, and you can sign a self-exclusion form. And what that means is you sign it saying, I don't want to be in here, and so they won't let you in. And they take your picture and everything. And I've heard of people doing that before too. I mean, that's a huge step, you know, for somebody to do.
It's making a commitment.
Yes, it sure is. So that's, you know, we always have the 1-800-BETS-OFF too. But that's some of the more drastic measures, is if somebody needed to do that, and they could certainly do that. And some of the other things, so I was telling you about, I took this quiz to get the answers to share, and it just had some true or false. They wanted to know if it was myth or a fact. And one of them was, if if a slot machine returns 93%, that means I'll leave the machine with 93% of my money after playing. And that is a myth. On a 93% return machine, the average slot player actually leaves with about 57% of their money. This is called churning, and it happens because players don't pocket their winnings, they put them right back into the machine. So that's math, which I don't know that very well, but when playing the lottery, this is what I found interesting. When playing the lottery, never use a number below 32. And that is a fact. You can't control the odds of winning the lottery, but you can decrease the chance you must share your prize. So lots of people use birth dates as a number, and no date falls higher than 31. So if you want to play the lottery and you go above 32. Of course, this is all academic since your odds of winning are very, very low. I think it's being struck by lightning twice or something. You have a better chance doing that.
That hasn't happened yet. So.
Yeah. At roulette, if a number hasn't been hit in a while, it's due to be hit, and that's a myth. The idea that something is due because it hasn't shown up for a while is so wrong. It even has its own name. That's called the gambler's fallacy. Every spin of the wheel is a random event, which means runs will happen randomly. You just never know when they'll begin and when they'll end. Now that we have legalized sports betting, there's one here about, I bet on college games because they're easier to judge than the pros. And that's a myth, because college games are actually harder to judge. Rivalries are important. Emotion has a greater impact, and blowouts are common. Players are far less consistent. Betting on any sport is tricky. These games are far more so.
The college ones.
Yeah, the college ones.
Yeah.
So that brings us into March Madness. And March is Problem Gambling Awareness Month because of March Madness. And so we're going to see lots of signs and information. And one page is our Satusi Facebook page. And it's just Satusi.com when you get on Facebook. There is also www.satusi.com. But this is our Facebook page, and our media person is going to be putting on 31 days of social media posts and just some facts on things. So some of them will be coming towards the end of the month. Most of them will be coming towards the end of the month because that's when it really gets going. One of them is, does your doctor ask about your gambling? They should. And that's just a screening. And March 10th is Gambling Disorder Screening Day. So learn how to host your own screening day, and then it tells you where to go on the website. Your awareness may help a loved one with a gambling problem. Seek the necessary help. And it's just talking about awareness plus action. And then there's some numbers on here for, problem gambling, which the 1-800-BETS-OFF. And they're also talking about reducing the stigma with anything like opioid addiction and stuff. There's a big stigma, but it really is I think it's a medical, it's a disorder of some sort with people that can't stop gambling. I mean, some people can go. I can go and spend my $20 and walk out, but not everybody can do that. It's just the luck of the draw, I guess, the way you were born. And so if we reduce some of the stigma about getting help, I think we might be able to see more people in Satusi or calling to get help.
And that's what people need to know and to be comfortable with, and it's not always comfortable, as you know. And we need to encourage people to take good care of themselves and their families by seeking assistance, because it is a disorder, as you said.
And we have all sorts of assistance, like mental health, disorders, people. That has a stigma attached, whether we want to say it or not, but it does. And, we have Center Associates, which is a wonderful place to go and get help for that sort of thing. And then we have, all our offices where people can get help. And then, again, that Your Life Iowa, that can help you get to where you need to go, or maybe you just need a couple articles or some information on help and where to go.
And it's self-realization.
Yes.
Yes, knowing yourself, learning about yourself, and what you get out of gambling or any of the other addictions that are actually easy to get into if you're not careful.
And one here on those facts is gambling can be an addiction too. It can be as addictive as alcohol and drugs. So it says right down there, and it sure can. I think a lot. Sometimes what I've seen is people are lonely or they don't have anything to do, and so then they go out to the casino, and then it could become a problem after that. I know a person that was all against gambling and then wouldn't let their spouse gamble, and then when the spouse was gone and they got older, that's what they do, because it's an activity to do and get out. And you know, some nursing homes used to take them to the casino, you know, once in a while, which is not saying anything's wrong with that, but it was an outing. It was, and especially if they have really good food,
Yes.
which we were talking about
Exactly.
earlier.
Yes, an outing with a meal plan.
Yeah, there you go.
That I would enjoy. Yeah,
So gambling addiction in the U.S. Costs the United States $7 billion in social cost. So that's
a lot.
pretty high.
Yes.
That's a lot.
Yes.
And I always ask kids out at local high schools if they think that gambling is a problem, and they always tell me no. But then you think about it, there's those video games, and I don't know a lot about video games, but I know that you can buy coins or something to get you up a level. And I just asked some kids this today, and I asked them, do you get any money off of that? And they were like, well, no, but you can play the game better or get further in the game if you buy certain things.
So it's not with reality, though, is it?
It certainly isn't, because they don't get anything back.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, so if you have children and they're playing video games, I mean, keep an eye on things. If they have your credit card information, I've heard of that happening too, of kids being younger and they really didn't realize that they were spending this money, and then you get the credit card bill and there's a lot of charges on there.
Yes, I've heard of that myself.
Yeah.
And it's not something that you would certainly be surprised when you
Yes.
know, if you weren't expecting
Yes.
it. And then how do you deal with it, because it's still a charge.
So then that's it. That could be at a pretty young age.
Yes, yes. And I think we do have we all have to be careful of addictive behaviors. I'd hate to give up Diet Coke, but, you know, I would live if I did. you know.
Yeah. So, and especially as it gets more popular, and, you know, even we did a responsible gifting campaign about lottery tickets, and it was sponsored by the Iowa Lottery, and it was just warning people to be careful, and the kids can't cash in lottery tickets, you know. So if you're giving those as gifts for children, someone under 21, that's against the law in the state of Iowa.
They can't collect the money.
No, they certainly can't.
Okay.
Yeah, that's even, you know, and some of those scratch tickets are so complicated anymore. I think they are. I saw one like a bingo. I was like, just tell me if I won or not. I don't want to do all this. And it's, yeah, they can.
You and I would get along very well that way. It's like, okay, what do I have to do to, you know, because I
Yeah.
have received a couple as a gift, and I have to have someone help me with them.
My son just knows how
Yeah.
to scan it
Yeah.
to see if you won or not.
Yeah.
After
That
you
would-
scratch it off, you scan it, and
go.
that's all I want to do.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I guess I'm not the audience they
It's
want.
not, I think that's the right. We're not who they're seeking out, because we're not going back.
Yeah.
And you know, if you're responsible, and we all have limits, you know, it's not it's being responsible, and what can you afford, and what little gambling do you like to do, you know.
I was looking at, we were out last weekend, and I saw the odds of winning the championship, the basketball team is winning the championship. And I think, I'm an Iowa fan, so Iowa University was like 70 to 1, which I thought, wow, that'd be an incredible return. Well, the chances of them winning probably are 70 to 1.
Yeah, exactly.
And when we followed football this past winter and fall, we're Kansas City Chiefs fans, and I was following the statistics, and it was very interesting, because if you looked up the odds in Vegas, they almost always had the game right, you know, that they were going to win 10-0 or whatever, 24-10. And it was very interesting how they get those odds almost exactly right. on who's going to win the game.
Yeah, that's that math thing.
Yeah, yeah. I know.
I'm content to let someone else think about it.
Yeah, so that's an easy thing to figure out is, you know, what the odds are going in all these places. So sports betting is huge now.
It is, isn't it? And it's becoming easier and easier.
Yeah, and especially with the internet, anybody in rural Iowa or wherever can bet if they want to.
So I want to get one more thing in,
Okay.
is that I remember years ago another preventionist had said to me, you know, people can and do recover from gambling addiction. And so the treatment is effective.
It is effective, and any kind of substance abuse, and I guess this isn't a substance, but is, of course, people can get cured from that.
Yes.
They might have to go to extremes, like I talked about the self-exclusion. Satusi can help somebody with that too if they want to do that. We have to get it notarized and things like that. But you know, it's just as if people want to get better, they certainly can. And you know, and sometimes people, it works cold turkey. Sometimes they have to
Just like
taper off.
Yes,
Yeah.
just like everything else.
Like smoking, for example. You know, some people that works for them, but other people need help.
Yes, yes, getting it done.
Yeah.
So the tools are available, and people want to help. You
Yes.
know? And if you have a family or a family member or friends or yourself, you know, don't hesitate to seek out that help because, like I said, we have the tools to do it, and people want to help you with it.
And you always hear horror stories about people, you know, all of a sudden going to their checking account and it's all gone. And someone in their family has gambled away everything and they had no clue. So on this website, it'll tell you certain signs to look for and things like that. Because we don't want anybody to end up like that before they figure it out.
It can be very devastating.
Yes, it sure can. Sure can.
So is there anything else you want to tell us about Satusi at all today?
Not that I can think of. We are hanging in there, and we're open every day from 8 to 5, and counselors are always available to see people. And I want to, I mentioned those times again for evals, which is every Tuesday afternoon or Thursday morning.
And you need an appointment.
You do not.
Oh,
Those
okay.
are called walk-ins.
Okay.
And all our evaluations are that way now.
Okay.
So you just walk in. You do not need an appointment.
Okay, don't have to call, just come
Nope.
in the door.
Nope. Yep. Just like that.
Okay, and if you come at the wrong time, they'll tell you when to come.
Yeah, they'll tell you when to come back.
That's
Yep.
not a problem.
No problem
we'll help
there.
you with that. Yeah. So, well, Shannon, thank you for being with us today. I wanted to tell everybody, remember, it's not too late to get your flu shot. I was at a meeting last week, and you know, I get asked the question, how's the flu season this year? Is this a bad year? Is it a good year? And someone used the word bad, so it's kind of long and prolonged, our flu season this year. It started, you know, before Christmas, and it's still going on. And the most important thing you can do is get your flu shot to help protect yourself from the flu. And remember, flu shots cover 4 viruses, so not just 1, but 4. And if you've had one virus, that doesn't mean you can't get one of the others. So it's important to get your flu shot. And then, even more important, it's the hardest thing I can ask you to do is stay home if you're sick. We
Yes.
need to take care of ourselves. Well, we take care of ourselves by taking care of other people also. Remember, our little children cannot even get the flu vaccine until they're 6 months old, so they have no protection. Our elderly, and as I quickly approach all those years, you know, and as we all do, our immune systems aren't as robust, and it's you know, you can be more compromised and actually be more ill with the flu too compared to someone younger. But everybody that I talk to that's had the flu in the past, it's memorable, and you don't want it. Memorable is the right word. That's what people tell me. So, so get your flu shot. They say, instead of washing your hands, clean your hands frequently, cover your cough, and stay home if you're sick. So until next time, thank you. Bye-bye.